Let's use this as a subject. I want to open something up to you. The government put out this number or website that you can go to look to see if there's any unclaimed money that perhaps your ancestors or someone in your family line that is left to you. You can call this to find out because they have it, and it's a lot of unclaimed money that they use. And it may be something that a relative or something passed and had no children or whatever the case may be, and you can prove membership or familyship, brother relationship and all, then you may be entitled, or they may have just willed it, or if there's no will. You know, they talk about all of this, and it's called unclaimed money. I want to kind of pull from that spirit to show you something. Unclaimed blessings. Say that, unclaimed blessings. I'm going to show you something. Unclaimed. Ask somebody, do you have any unclaimed blessings? Well, I'm going to show you something that you may not know about. Hopefully you'll claim it today.
Yes. Come on, Real.
Before the day is over with.
Yes, Lord.
You'll claim and get what's coming to you.
Amen.
Now, it sounds like it may be a little bit of hype in there, something like that, but I'm going to show you concretely what's in the Bible concerning that. You know me by now. So we're going to use scripture to really open this up, show you what's in the Bible. Thank you, Lord God. So much there that, boy, so much for us. Let's see where we can pull this from. 2 Kings, verse 9, the only one that verse that I'm going to use for today's message. 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 9. So it was when they crossed over, and Elijah said to Elisha, ask, what may I do for you before I am taken away from you? What a powerful statement. What a powerful ask. He's saying to his successor, ask, what may I do for you before I am taken away from you? Elisha said, please let a double portion of your spirit be upon me. Now, a lot of times we see something and we are looking at it, but our mind is fixated so that we don't really see what it's saying. We see what we think. Because he didn't ask for a double portion of his power. He didn't have that to give. Matter of fact, his spirit neither. But we think all in terms of power, you know. We say a double portion of power. No, that's not what the scripture said. He asked, let a double portion of your spirit be upon me. That could be your zeal for God, your zeal for righteousness, your ability to operate in the miraculous. You have a spirit for the miraculous. You have a zeal for miracles, for divine. And so it wasn't power, because he doesn't have a monopoly on that to give. The scripture says, a double portion of your spirit will be upon you. Let's go through a few quick things so I can move on to the one nugget that I want to give you today. That statement, a double portion of your ask what you will, what I may do for you before I leave. There's a term, there's a couple of them, but in this one it's called the immortal liquid. Say that, immortal liquid.
Immortal liquid.
Come on, it's the liquid of immortality. An immortal liquid is something that runs. So the immortal liquid. And what is that immortal liquid? It's the ability to pass on the best part of ourselves to others.
Yes.
In particular, in this case, the next generation. That's a gift of immortality that we possess, that we can actually give out or distribute. The ability to pass on. Now, all of us are passing on something, whether you know it or not. You know, you are influencing people one way or another. You are affecting people one way or another, in a positive or negative. So something is being passed on. But today, I want to stay focused on the positive of this story. So that's called, that ability to pass on something is called the immortal liquid, the liquid of immortality, like water runs and follow the stream. And so that's how they define this passing on. Now, that's not a new thing. Numbers 11, look what it says. Then the Lord came down in a cloud and spoke to him. That means, of course, Moses. And took up the spirit that was upon him. And again, that's Moses. He took up the spirit that was on Moses and placed the same upon the 70 elders. What did he do? He took Moses' spirit and placed that same spirit upon the 70 elders. So Elisha knew what he was asking for. He knew what he was asking for was not an impossibility because it had been done before. And it shows you how that, what the scripture says it this way, how can two walk together except they be in agreement? Actually, in agreement means that they're actually possessing of the same spirit. They have the same spirit, like-minded, like-spirited. Well, you can't walk with me unless we one. This is why Jesus in John chapter 17 prayed for the disciples of the world. He said, let them be one, even as we are one. 1 Corinthians 6 and 17, he said, they that are joined unto the Lord are one spirit with him. The only problem that we have in the church is we got too many people who are independent, different spirits. So the usher ministry, this is a spirit of servitude. So if you don't have that spirit, this is the wrong ministry for you. Because it's a spirit of servitude. And everybody who serves have to have that spirit. And can I tell you, let's be honest with you, and you know when they don't. You got to be light-spirited. Thank you. Here, we don't really have that problem. Thank God, it is a spirit of kindness there. And so the whole concept, liquid immortality, of passing something on is nothing new. Elisha asked for, let your spirit be passed upon me to a double degree. We have it right here. Moses was trying to rule and lead the people, and he was killing himself. And so Jethro, his father-in-law, gave him some advice. And so God took off Moses' spirit and put it upon the 70 elders that they may rule the people in his spirit. You know, the same spirit, have his heart, have his vision, have his zeal for God and for righteousness. Thank you, Lord. So there's nothing new about this whole concept of passing something on. That's Numbers. Okay, let me go to one that you're real familiar with. It shall come to pass afterward that I will, this is God speaking, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. So God even passes his spirit on to you. That's the problem we have in the church. There are people in the church, but they don't have God's spirit.
Come on now.
You get the wrong spirit in the house, you're going to do detrimental, damnable things. What's going on in the church world, so much foolishness, is because you got people in it that don't have God's spirit. So it is important to have the spirit of a thing. And everything has a spirit. This church has a spirit. The people who founded it, they founded it with the understanding of a certain spirit, vision, foresight, years down the road that God put it in the found. And that conception is the spirit of it. So everything. Not only does God take up your spirit and put it upon people, but we have here that God put his spirit upon you. He passed his spirit. And when he passed his spirit upon you, look what happened. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. You know what the go rest of it is saying. And dream dreams and see visions and so forth and so on. Thank you, Lord. It's the passing on. That's that liquid immortality. So in here, it is a great thing. Somebody to, good person, to pass something on to the next generation. The technical term for this passing on, we call it liquid immortality in one place, but the technical term for what took place is the transmission of spiritual heritage. As he said, let a double portion of your spirit be upon me. That's what we call the transmission of spiritual heritage. Now, I'm going to explain all of this in Sunday's coming on.